So just take a minute or so and begin to settle into your body. We go through most of the day forgetting we have a body unless something's bothering us, and then we focus our attention on what's not working in our body. Meanwhile, the other, 29 trillion 990,000 cells are doing just fine. As soon as we have an ache or a pain, that's where all our attention goes. So when you have 30 trillion cells in your body, it's really important to remember that there's a lot of things that are working in your favor. A lot of things are going well. So we start to kind of sift through the minutia of the little aches and pains, and just recognize that we're alive and we're breathing, and we have survived the 2020-2021 pandemic. Let's hope that in 2021, we kind of get a handle on this and curb this and resume our some of our daily routine. Some of that stuff I'm definitely leaving behind. It's interesting. I'm sure we all feel like that. We didn't realize how chaotic life was until life got really quiet. And then we created our own chaos just to reinitiate ourselves or to feel okay because we're used to chaos. We're accustomed to chaos. So let's think about moving away from the chaos and moving into the centered part of yourself. So as you take that nice deep inhale, and it's beautiful, we can do this without having to wear a mask. Just draw your breath right into the very center of your body, the solar plexus, the seat of power. And just the simple inhalation of your breath will remind you how powerful you are. And on the exhale, you get to let go of any stories that contradict that. You were designed and created to be a powerful human being, to make a difference, to have an impact. Find the rhythm of your breath. Soften and relax the muscles on your face. Just start to release the areas that are holding stress or tension. Remind yourself how very fortunate you are to be in the position that you are, where you are right now, learning what you need in order to move forward. Notice the breath coming in through the nostrils, following the respiratory tract, filling the belly, the chest cavity, expanding the diaphragm, all of that on the inhale. And on the exhale, gently releasing anything that goes against your powerful self, your sense of self. So often, as we travel through life, we accumulate so many things from other people. Instead of asking yourself, what is it that you need? Let's ask ourselves, what is it that we can let go of? What is it that we no longer need? So we focus on the inhale to create the space and the exhale in order to let go. So all the while we're drawing our attention to that solar plexus, that place right below the rib cage, as we take that nice deep inhale, so that we can appreciate the exhale. We can release negative beliefs, negative self-talk, stories that no longer have any relationship or bearing to where you are right now. Labels, all of those things were once upon a time important and had value, but we don't have to hold on to everything. We can lighten our load. We can take with us one of those things that's working and let go of 5 of those things that we no longer need. So there's physical hoarding where we hold on to possessions because we feel like we want to hold on to the memory that attaches to the possession. But the truth is, we have the memory whether we have the possession or not. There's also emotional hoarding where we hold on to the feelings, even though they don't apply anymore. We don't need to hold on to feelings about situations that are historical in nature. Follow your breath in, follow your breath out. And then there's the thoughts in your head we hold on to, thoughts in our head about circumstances and situations that no longer apply. So if you use your breath right now to release all of the thoughts and all of the feelings and all of the physical baggage, then you get a reset or a fresh start. So we can feel lighter and we can feel invigorated and we can feel healthier and we can feel more motivated if we practice letting go of the things that no longer serve us. No more hoarding of thoughts or hoarding of feelings or hoarding of material objects that just weigh us down. So the release is in the exhale. So find the exhale as valuable and important as the inhale. The inhale is the inspiration to the body, and the exhale is the opportunity to soften into it, to release, to let go, to lighten. And that whole breath collectively is a reset. And the beautiful part is that you get to reset your thoughts, you get to reset your feelings, and you can reset your body 20,000 times a day. Now, of course, we're not going to. We're not going to use every breath as a reset. But when we feel the baggage, or we feel the stress, or we feel the heaviness, the best way to lighten that up is to be inspired by your breath and to let go on the exhale. There's a gift in knowing that you always have the breath, so you can't leave home without it. So no matter where you are, you're in the car, you're riding on the subway, you're sitting in I would say a crowded area, but it's COVID. So you're, sitting in unfamiliar surroundings, or you're surrounded by unfamiliar people. You have your breath. And when you have your breath and you breathe into that solar plexus, right, or into that diaphragmatic area, that take that deep diaphragmatic breath, you find your power. You find your value. You find your importance. You are a unique individual with something to offer, something very valuable to offer. I guarantee you there's someone right now who looks at you in a way that they trust your wisdom. They trust what you have to offer. They know your worth. So we take that nice deep inhale into the belly and the chest cavity, and we remind ourselves of our power and our worth and our value and our skills and our gifts. And then on the exhale, we release the thoughts that go against that. We release the feelings that go against that. We soften into our body and we release the resistance against who we are. That's what brings us closer to our authentic self. We get to release the baggage, all of the things that we've picked up from other people. Follow the breath in and then use the breath out. So if there's a train of thought or a feeling or an emotion or a story that no longer applies, attach it to the exhale and let it go. We can't keep everything. Every experience we have is ingrained. Those lessons and experiences we have, but we don't have to hold on to the emotional baggage or the thoughts or the physical items that relate to those stories. It's interesting. In yoga, it's called samskara. And really, it's everything that you have ever experienced is recorded inside of you. So you have every experience in your life to draw upon. Let's draw upon the ones where you feel good. Let's draw upon the success stories. Let's draw upon the ones where you overcame the challenges, where you rose above. It's like picking from a menu when you think about your thoughts, they're choices. And if you don't like the choice, you get to send that back and order something else. When you reflect on your experiences, it's choices. If you don't like the memory you're having of some part of your life, then you got to dig a little bit deeper or sift around or find the things that feel better. It's all about being lighter. The inhale enlightens us, and the exhale allows us to release the heavy or to release the darkness or release the toxicity. Stay with your breath. Take that nice deep inhale. Fill that seat of power. Fill that humanness with breath so deep that you can feel your authentic self inside of you. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. And inhale, fill your body with breath. Feel the expansion, feel the growth, feel the opportunity. You're filled with it, you're blessed with it. And on the exhale, let go or release anything that goes against the feeling of expansion or growth. We're going to feel all sorts of things. We're going to feel inspired. We're going to feel nervously excited. We're going to feel trepidatious. We're going to feel all kinds of things. That's great. Recognize what it is that you're feeling. Notice it. Mull it over. Check it out. Explore it from all different angles. But you don't have to hold on to it. You don't have to take up space that you could be using for something else, something that feels better, because you can exhale it out. So your body naturally exhales, right? The waste, the leftovers. Feel free to add to that natural expulsion, that release. So like I said earlier, whatever it's been that's kind of been ruminating or hanging around, whether it's an old belief or an old idea, or maybe it's just sometimes the way you talk to yourself, use the next inhale to be inspired to choose something different, and the next exhale to let go of the old story. And keep softening into your body. Don't let the tension distract you. Don't let the attention be drawn to the tension. Let the attention be drawn to the inspiration, which is the breath, and the exhalation, which is the release. We call it inspired and expired. Expired is anything that's time has passed. It's not a life sentence, carrying around something that happened when you were 12. It's not a life sentence. You do not have to carry that forever. You can acknowledge it, thank it for showing up, thank it for giving you whatever wisdom it is that you learned from that experience, and then release it. We can either release it or replay it over and over and over and over. Anything that has happened in the past is history. It's already done. A little bit of compassion, a little bit of self-forgiveness, and a big old exhale. You can thank it for showing up and showing you what you needed to see, and then let it go. Where is that breath? Nice deep inhale. Fill the body with breath. Fill the solar plexus. Feel the expansion in the body. Let the breath collect anything that's expired and let it go. Getting rid of or releasing the accumulation of all of the items that we've collected over time from our education system, from our peers, from our family, from strangers. And getting down to the basic self, the real self inside of yourself. Who are you really inside this body? So the goal of meditation is just to have awareness. Awareness enough to know yourself. Awareness enough to trust yourself. Awareness enough to release the stories that don't serve you, that do not uplift you, that do not help you. We thank them for their service. We exhale them. And then on the next inhale, you can feel your power. You can connect with who you really are. You can connect with what's really important to you. No one outside of you can answer those questions. Who you really are and what's really important to you lives inside of you. Nice deep inhale. On the exhale, imagine yourself sinking just a little bit closer to your authentic self. That beautiful human being with 30 trillion cells working in unison, creating your experience. Continuing to create and cultivate your experience by your thinking patterns, by how you're feeling, by the stories that you tell yourself. Deep breath into the power center of yourself. Exhale, soften and relax. We're going to find a rhythm. Deep inhale into the powerful center of yourself. Exhale, release and soften. Deep inhale into the powerful center of yourself. Exhale, soften and relax. Deep inhale into the powerful center of yourself. Exhale, soften and relax. Release the jaw, soften the muscles on the face. Let the shoulders drop away from the ear. Take a beautiful inhale. And allow things to gently release. Take a beautiful inhale. And allow things to gently release. Take a beautiful inhale. And allow things to gently release. Just kind of moving yourself into that zone, into that space, into that connection with the deepest part of yourself. And then listening. Who are you really? And what is most important to you? I'll tell you this, each and every one of you is a fabulous human being. Showing up here is a testament to that. Seeking deeper understanding of oneself. Inspiring, growing, shifting, changing, recognizing, allowing, simple awareness. Who are you really and what is really important to you? Those can only be answered on the inside. They are not answered in the clutter or the accumulation of others' thoughts and ideas that have been projected on you for years. It's not how others see you. It's what you know. It's your inner guidance system, and you're clearing the pathway to listen to who you really are and what is really important to you. Take that nice, deep, inspirational inhale. Sip in a little more. Create more space in that seat of power. Feel it. And then softly, gently release the breath. You are here. It is now. And you are connecting with who you really are. I can't think of a more beautiful moment because all we have is right now in your breath. Anything that you ever want to know about who you really are and what's really important to you requires using the breath, relaxing the body, softening the heart, and clearing the chatter so that you can clearly hear your inner guidance system, so that you can clearly connect. It's like a frequency dial. It's like listening to the radio station. Sometimes you're like between channels and there's some feedback and some interruptions, and you can almost hear it. And then it becomes clear. And then you just shift that dial just a tiny little bit and it becomes clear. That is what we're doing. We're aligning to the frequency of our very self, the I inside of the human you. Ooh. Couple more beautiful breaths. The inhale and the exhale, equally important. Feel it. Recognize the inspiration coming in and the release or the relaxation or the expiration. And then you have a couple of choices. You can just take the you inside of you and go straight to bed. Or you can move and stretch your body and reinvigorate and move along with whatever it was that you need to get done. But you have just reset. You have just reconnected with the innermost part of yourself. And if I'm doing my job right, I'm giving you the tools to be able to do that wherever you are, whenever you need to, or even whenever you want to. It doesn't have to be need. I desire to connect with myself, so I'm going to take that pause and connect. So I want to thank you all for taking care of yourself and for showing up and for listening and for practicing and for being your best versions right here, right now.